Welcome to Easy Math TV. This is our second video in a series on payout annuities. This problem that we're going to solve today is a two-parter. It's pretty complicated. So let's talk about how to interpret the problem first before we actually start putting numbers into our spreadsheet. I'm going to read the problem to you and then we'll talk about it. So the problem states you want to be able to withdraw $40,000 each year from your retirement account for 25 years after you retire. You plan to retire in 30 years from now. If your account earns 5.5% interest, how much will you need to deposit each year? And then how much money needs to be in the account when you retire? So we're going to assume that both activities, the savings part and then the withdrawal part, are both going to receive 5.5% interest. All right. So think about that a little bit. Like what is actually going on in this problem? What this is a complicated thing. It seems like there's two different things happening. And you would be correct about that. So let's delete this. So we actually have two pieces. We have a savings annuity and we have a payout annuity. The payout annuity is what's going to give us our goal, our savings goal, and then, so we're going to start there. We have to solve the payout annuity problem first, and then we can use that information to solve the savings annuity question. Because we know what our goal is. We want to be able to withdraw $40,000 each year for 25 years after we retire. So we have a goal there. It's just that we don't know what the actual full amount of it needs to be, right? So we need to solve for that. Okay, so I always recommend to students or anybody that is needing to solve problems like this for an exam or for an exercise or for an assignment, get out a notebook and jot down some notes on what is actually happening in the problem. Use whatever you can, like whatever makes sense to you, to kind of make sense about what's going on in the problem. And clearly we have a savings annuity half, and then we have a payout annuity half. But they're for two different time periods. So one's for 25 years, the other one is for 30 years. So that makes it a little more challenging. The annual withdrawal is not going to be the same as the annual deposit. So let's start with the savings annuity first. Our savings annuity is going to be for 30 years because that's how much time we have until retirement. Our interest rate is 5.5%, and we're going to be making deposits once a year. We don't know what those regular payments are going to be, but that's going to be determined by our goal. So let's look at our goal. Our goal is the payout annuity. So in the payout annuity, we want to have a certain fixed amount of money. So that I put an underline there, like that, or you could use a question mark if you want. So let's put the question marks here. We don't know what that amount is. Where is my question mark? There. So there needs to be a certain amount of money in the account. But we do need to get regular payments of $40,000 per year for 25 years at the same interest rate, 5.5%. So we know that we have a formula that will solve for that present value of a payout annuity. So basically that's our first step. Our first step is to solve for the present value of the payout annuity in order to then get the future value of the savings annuity. So this is the key right here. These two statements at the end that I typed in purple. So we want to solve the payout annuity present value, and then that number becomes the future value of the savings annuity. Okay, we're working backwards. So that's just what we're going to do. We're going to solve for the present value first of the 40,000 per year, and then that number becomes the future value of our savings annuity. Got it? Okay. So you'll see what that looks like in our spreadsheet here. All right, so the spreadsheet already has some numbers in. This is just kind of the from a previous problem, but the interest rate is there. It's 5.5%, and we're starting with our payout annuity, and that's going to be we're going to be withdrawing money for 25 years. We're doing it once a year. And the regular withdrawal or payment is going to be $40,000. Present value, we don't know. And the future value is 0. So, whoops, that should not be a 9. That should be a 0. Again, this is the payout annuity part that we're solving for. So the future value is 0. The regular payment is $40,000. And that's happening for 25 years. Because that's what we're getting after we retire. So I'm going to just type in the number down here, because how much money needs to be in the account when you retire, that is it right there. The present value of our retirement payout annuity. So I'm going to go ahead and put that number 536, comma 557.31. And I know it's confusing, but you just have to kind of like organize your information properly, and you'll get there. It just takes a little bit of time to think. So $536,557.31. If we have that in our account in 30 years, we'll be able to make those withdrawals of $40,000 a year for 25 years at 5.5% interest. Okay. So the total of all of our payments will be $1 million. Imagine that. Okay. So we're not done, because the question is asking, how much will you need to deposit each year? That's the main question right there. So let's solve the savings annuity part. For the savings annuity part, we don't know what the regular payment is. We know that we're going to retire in 30 years. So we know we're going to be making those payments for 30 years. And we now know what our future value needs to be. Our future value needs to be 536, comma 557.31. And if we want, we could put a present value of 0, because now we're saving. It's a savings annuity now. The only thing we don't know is what the regular payment is going to be, okay? So again, we've got two different things going on here. We solved the payout annuity part, and we're using that information as our future value to find out what our savings needs to be. So how much do we need to save how much do we need to put aside every year or put into the account every year? There you go. It's our regular payment. So it's in column F. So I'm going to go ahead and type that dollar amount here. It's $7407.38, which is quite a bit less than the 40,000 that we're going to be withdrawing. And part of the reason for that is that we've got 30 years to put aside money instead of just 25. So that answers the two questions there. Like, subscribe, comment down below if you're enjoying these videos, if you're finding them useful. I know these problems are hard, but you have to just, it just takes time, and you'll get it. Just think through them, and we'll get there. I'll see you in the next video.